in this video, I'm going to be showing you another flipbook tutorial / process. This time it is an envelope of envelopes flipbook. It's not nearly as exciting as my last flipbook, the Traveler's Notebook flipbook, which I will leave a link to if you have not seen that video and you are interested in watching, but I thought I'd show you anyway how I've made this. So as per usual, this is what I've made earlier and I will be making a different one in this video. I always kind of make two at a time when I do videos like this, so I have like one, I make one first so I know what I'm doing so I don't completely mess up in the video, and then I can show you this and then attempt to do the same thing over again. So as I said, this is an envelope of envelopes. That makes it sound more impressive than it is. It's one envelope and three inside. So you see I've got one big box type envelope here. And then inside, I don't know how much you can see on camera because not much room here. So you open it up and there's one envelope there and two more envelopes there. So yeah, kind of pretty. So I've just zoomed out a tad so you can see this a little bit better. But yeah, you can see there's just an envelope with envelopes inside. It's not the most exciting thing anyway, but it was fun to make. And then it flips open like this, and there's another envelope inside. This has got a letter and some goodies and stuff in, and all these little envelopes have goodies in as well. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you how to make. So I'll zoom back down again and get started. So for this flipbook, I will be heavily relying on the We Are Memory Keepers 1-2-3 punch board. I used this in my last flipbook for something. Sorry, that's my chair creaking, you can hear there. And I didn't use it on camera because I wasn't sure whether people wanted to see it or not, but I got a couple of comments. I did ask as well, but I got a couple of comments of people saying, yes, I would like to see it in use, so I will show you using it in this video. So yes, I'm not sponsored by We Are Memory Keepers or anything like that. I mean, I wish I was, because that'd be freaking awesome, but I'm not. This is just genuinely a product that I think is a great product and I use all the time. So no, I'm not sponsored. I can't offer you discount codes. Unfortunately, I don't get free stuff from We Are Memory Keepers. I wish I did. But anyway, so let's get started. So for this envelope, this is actually a little bit bigger than the one I'm going to be making today. I'm going to go a little bit smaller this time because this, I did find it a little bit cumbersome to decorate and stuff because it was just a little bit on the big side. But if you would like to make one this side, then the sizes I used were the box envelope is a 6.5 by 8.5 one, and the guides for that is 11 7/8 paper and 5 1/4 punch. And the other envelopes are two Gladstone envelopes and one 3.5 by 7.5. If you have a 1-2-3 punch board, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about right now, and if you don't have one, you have no clue, and I'm really sorry about that. But just if anyone was interested, then there's my messy handwriting telling you what the measurements are for this one. For this flipbook, I'm going to be going blue because I haven't done any blue stuff in a while, I don't think. So I just grabbed a load of blue papers, and I think I'm going to use this really nice sort of tartan pattern for the main box, and then this for the inside. So just move these out of the way. I will be making the box envelope first, and I've decided, so I did 6.5 by 8.5 for the other one, so I think I'm going to go 6 by 7.5 for this one. Yeah, I'm making this up as I go along, by the way. I haven't pre-prepared the envelope sizes for this at all, so yeah, completely making it up. But 6 by 7.5 seems in smaller enough, that doesn't sound correct, but it'll do, smaller enough than that one. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. So first we need to trim the paper. I need to trim it at, where am I going? 6.5 by 7.5 is 10 3/4. Right, so I have trimmed that to 10 3/4. I assume you didn't need me to show you that. Like, I mean, if you want me to show you me using a paper trimmer, then I will, but I didn't think you would want me to because it seems unnecessary. But yeah, so I open this up. I need my scoring tool and to fold out the score extender. Now, actually, I might have to zoom out again for you to see this whole thing. Let me check. You know what? I think we're just about gonna fit. So what we do, so making a box envelope is slightly by one tiny notch slightly more complicated than making a normal envelope, but I need to start with the box envelope, which is why I'm starting with that. So I'm looking at my guide, 6 by 7.5, 10 3/4, 4 7/8 to punch. So I line it up along here at 4 7/8. Punch, this is going to make the camera jump, by the way, so just be prepared for that. Ready? Jump. And then for the box, I'm going to score it along this line and this line. Let me show you. So it'll be box score line B and not box score, envelope score line A and envelope score line B there. So I'm going to score it along both of these. So where am I putting it again? I've forgotten already. 6 by 7.5, 4 and 7/8. So 4 and 7/8. I've already punched, so that's fine. And then I score along this line, although it helps if you have the extender in the right place. So along this line and along this line. So then I rotate it like this, but you do not line it back up at 4 and 7/8. Don't do that. Everyone does that when they start this. I did it as well. I made that mistake so many times, and I was like, why am I doing this so wrong? So you only need the punch guide measurement once for the first time, and then don't use it again, okay? Don't use it again. So ignore that now, and you want to put the score, the inside score for the box envelope, not the out one, so the inside one, along the score line here. You can kind of tell where to put it. When you're making a smaller envelope, you can see the edge of it, but you can just kind of roughly gauge it, and you can just test with your tool to make sure it's in the right place. But anyway, so punch, ready for the jump, jump, and then, ooh, if I can find it, there we go, score, and score again. And then we do that again, and you can see this time, oh no, you can't quite see, or you can just see down there the score line is there, so that's in the right place. Oh, nearly forgot to punch, ready for the jump, jump, and then score, score again, and then just one final time, make sure this one is in the score line on this side, and then score. Or did I forget to punch again? Silly me. Silly me. Time to punch. There we go. Right. So that's the part that you need to do there. And all you need to do next, although this is, to be fair, preference, you don't have to do this, but you just round the corners. So just put them up here and round the corners. But if you don't like rounded corners, you don't have to do this part, quite frankly. If you like pointy corners, then that's cool. Enjoy your pointy corners. Right, so now that's all scored and punched, you just need to do the folding, quite frankly, and because it's nicely scored, you don't have to do much. Just fold along the score lines. I'm going to have to think of things to say while I do this, because, yeah, there's not much to say. Fold away, keep folding. I'm sorry if I'm out of shot there, by the way. I do apologise. I can't really tell. Right, there we go. Nice. All done. Very nice, very lovely. Just sort of see how that's folding there. Yeah, that'll do nicely. So I now need to make 3 envelopes to go here, here, and here. So I'm just going to measure what the widths are. So this one is, you know what, I'm going to write these down so I don't forget. I really did mean it when I said I haven't pre-planned this at all. So that is, I don't want to go any wider than 7 by 3.5. Only one of those. And then this one is, I don't want to go any wider than, 6 is a bit of a push. I can do 6 if necessary. I'd rather go down to 5.5 though. 6 by 3. So what I do now is look at the guide on my punch board to see what is there that will best fit what I have. So 7 by 3.5. Let's see what we have here. Well, there is a 7 by 3.5, but that's going to be too big. I should say, I don't know if I've said this before in another video, but I'm going to repeat it now. The size that's here, card size, is not the size that the envelope will be. It's the size of the card. So you've made a card that was 7 by 3.5. That's what you would go for, because the envelope is going to be slightly bigger. Not by much, but slightly bigger. So if I go for the 7 by 3.5 now, it's going to be too big to fit in those dimensions. So I need to go slightly smaller than that. So So I've decided for this bigger one, I'm going to go 3 by 6, and that gives me plenty of room there. So 3 by 6 for that one, and then for the other one, see this one's also 3 by 6, but as I said, that will be too big because the envelope will be slightly bigger, so we need to go slightly smaller. Right, I'm going to go 3 by 5. Because of that 3, it might be a little too big tool-wise, but tool-wise it doesn't matter too much because they can overlap over each other. There's not really another size I can use. Anything below 3 is going to be not wide enough, so the only time, let me have another scan quickly. So the next one down is 2.5 by 3.5, which width-wise is just not going to be wide enough. So yes, it may be too tall, but it'll work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll just wing it. So I just went off and trimmed down my papers. I think I might need to change the blade. I don't know if you can see that very well with a bit of a rough edge, so I'm going to change my blade in a minute as well when I remember to do that. But yeah, so for the smaller envelopes I need 7 by 7 pieces of paper or card, and for the 3 by 6 I need a 7 and 5/8, which is slightly bigger. I'm just keeping this off to one side just so I don't get confused, because you know I'm easily confused. So I'm gonna do the envelope and then I'll do the other one sped up. So you can watch one, and then if you're really unsure on how to do it, which is fine, these things can take a while to grasp, then you can watch them sped up as well, and hopefully after 3 rounds of envelopes, you know, it'll be in your head. So what are my punch guides? I just wrote them down here because I always lose them on this little guide here. So the 5 times 2, 7, 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 is there. Punch and score. So for the normal envelope, we're just scoring this first line and not the second one. So just score the first line. Turn it around. Match up the score line. This is easier, as I said, because it's a smaller one, so you can see down here that it matches up. So nice and easy. We'll do that. And then, there we go, that matches nicely. Did I punch? I can't remember. Doesn't matter if you do it twice. Yes, it's fine. And then, one more time. There we go. So, yeah, there's one. And I'll do the other one sped up, as I said. And just to say, in case you were wondering, this one that makes the 3 by 6 envelope, this makes the 3 by 5. This one, the punch guide is also 2 3/4. Nice and easy, especially for me to remember. So yeah, I'm going to speed up this bit, but yes, I'll be back with you in a mo. Those are the 3 envelopes there. This one was actually a right pain to make. Had I thought about it, I should have scored on this side because I really couldn't see where I'd scored along here because of the way the pattern works. Like you can see here, it's quite easy to see where the score line is. But on this one, just impossible. So lighter colours. If you're doing double-sided, use the lighter colour. There is actually a sense of being easier to fold depending on which side you do it, but I don't really care, to be honest. It's probably slightly easier to do the scoring, on the side that you want to fold in. So I've scored on this side, which makes it easier to fold that way, I think, but I actually want to fold it that way. So, but it doesn't really matter as long as there's a score line there, it's going to fold, so who cares. So what I need to do now is just glue the envelopes together. I will do one now on camera just so you can see how I do it, because if I don't do it on camera, someone might say, but how did you glue it together? What kind of glue did you use? So I will just do that. With this envelope, you can see that the tip is just going over the score line there. So what I need to do is just snip a tiny bit off like that. That is one thing about the punch board, is this does happen sometimes. It's not that much of a big deal. It might bother some people, but it doesn't bother me at all. So what I do is I folded it up like this and left one flappy bit up, and then with pencil I just draw a line along where these two join so that when I open it up I can see where I need to put the glue. so I don't put it beyond the pencil line, because otherwise then there's going to be sticky stuff where we don't want sticky stuff. Now you may not be able to see that pencil line because of the pattern, but I just about can, so it's fine. So yeah, I use double-sided tape. If I can unpeel it, there we go. And it's not precisely measured at all. It's very roughly measured. I'm struggling to see that pencil line a little bit, I will admit. But you don't want to do anything other than pencil, because then you can't erase it. Well, I suppose if you have, use a friction or something, but I wouldn't risk it personally. So that's on there. And then before I peel the double-sided tape off is then when I rub out that pencil line. Because you don't want to rub it out when the sort of the double-sided tape is open, so to speak, because then your eraser might get stuck on it, and it's just going to be hard work for everyone. So yes, that's why I do it in that order, in case anybody was wondering. Why won't you come off? Oh, frustration. There we go. So easy peasy, envelope made. So yeah, there it is. So what I will do next is just simply stick them on like so. Now, actually, I'll just quickly glue these together and then I'll show you what I'll do. So now I have glued these together, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to stick them on. So all I'm going to do is going to stick them basically here with the flap going out that way, because when you open it up, so like that, you then open the envelopes like this. It will be a faff if you have to open them like that. I think it's going to be more difficult to get into them. So they will go that way. And then the bigger one I will stick this way, so the flap goes up again into, not again, the other ones face out that way. I'm not making any sense. Try again. I will stick it here so the flap goes up that way, so you can go into it like that, because it will be more difficult. Well, actually it won't, to be fair, be that difficult going out that way, but I slightly just prefer the aesthetic of it going that way. You can put it whichever way you want, really, but yeah, that's where it's gonna go. In case you were wondering, I'm actually gonna use glue dots instead of double-sided tape to stick these envelopes on, just because glue dots are slightly sturdier and more permanent for some reason. I don't know why, but they are. You could use a hot glue gun as well. That would work fine. I'm just too lazy to go plug it in, quite frankly. And I think the glue dots will be sturdy enough for the task. So yeah, I'm going to go off and decorate this, and then come back to you when it's decorated, show you how it's decorated, and then yeah, that'll be it. Actually, slight change of plan. Because I put a bow on the top of this one that I made with the punch board, I think I'm going to put a bow on the top of this one as well. So as that's made with the punch board, and some of you have expressed interest in how to use it, I'm going to show you how to make that as well. Ooh. So this bow is an extra small on the bow size info doobry thingy, and I'm going to go one up and make a small one for this, which is paper width 1 inch, and then you have 2 paper lengths which are 1 inch wide, as it says here, and then one with 8 inches long and one at 4 1/4 inches long. So I'm going to go trim those down, and then yeah, oh, and then you have another one at 1/4 inches long, but that's not necessary. I just guessed that one. You'll see why in a minute. So I have my little strips, one at 8 inches long by 1 inch wide, and one at 4 1/4 inches long by 1 inch wide, as per instructions. So what I have to do here is there's a punch guide for both strip A and strip B. So strip A is always the longer one, and strip B is the shorter one, and we'll get on to C in a minute. I'll explain that. So I start with A, and the punch guide for A is 4. So I put it lengthwise at 4 and punch, and then flip it over, and then again at 4, punch. Then I take it lengthwise and line it up to the bow guide here and punch, and then put it here on the other side and punch, and then I do the same on this side. It's a little bit of a faff, I'll give you, but you'll see why we're doing this in a minute. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of got this little pointy pokey out bit, and then we take the shorter length and then we punch that at 2 1/8, so 2 1/8, and punch, 2 1/8, and punch, and then lengthwise we put it up here so it aligns with these 2 sticky out bits kind of thing, if that, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's in the middle basically, and you can tell by where it lines up on here. It would make sense if you could see it a bit better, but you can't. But it's in the middle, and that will do. So punch that there, line it up again, and punch, and there we go. Next is just assembling, really. So I use a tape runner for this. I find it the best thing. If you use a wet glue, it tends to pop back open again. So use like a tape runner or something a bit more dry. Double-sided tape would work fine too, but it would be a faff to do something that small. So basically what we're going to do is fold it into itself like this. So you need to put glue here and there, kind of thing. I just kind of glue the whole area. I don't think it matters too much. I'm very haphazard and not really bothered about things like this. If you're more fastidious, then that's totally okay. And you go for it, you be your fastidious self. So now we've got that bit and we're going to attach it to there. So obviously with the side facing up that you want to be seen. And then just put a little bit of glue on there and stick it on there. I don't know how much sense I'm making. You know when you do something so often and it's actually quite hard to explain to someone else because you're so used to doing it yourself. And next we need the bit I was telling you about, which was the one that they say use it at, chop it at, like, what did they say? Let's find out. And they said 1/4 inch. So it'll be 1 inch long by 1/4 inch. But you know what? I can't be bothered to measure a 1/4 inch. That's just an effort. So again, eyeball. And then this is going to wrap around the middle, like the middle of the bow. So what I do is put some glue in the middle there, stick that on roughly central, and then I put some more glue on the other side, and then you fold it round in on itself. And then you can plump this up a little bit if you want to, like so. And ta-da, a bow. Ta-da! So I have shown you how to make envelopes, a box envelope, a normal envelope, and a bow. The other thing that Punchboard does is make boxes, which I don't tend to do for flip books, obviously, because it's a box and it's going to be a pain to send in the mail. I do use them sometimes to like fill with tissue paper and sweeties for my nieces and nephews. So if I do that anytime soon, I will show you how to make the box. So yes, I might do that, some of those for Easter for my nieces and nephews, so maybe you might be able to see me making the box. It does other things as well, but they're more variations on other things. So there's a way of sort of making one of these envelopes into more of a coin pouch kind of thing, which if I ever make at any point, I will show you how I do it, but I have no plans in the near future to make any of those, but you never know. But as I said, I'm going to go off, I'm going to decorate, come back, show you what I've done, and then that shall be it. Right, here we are. I realised in the making of this how little blue ephemera and stickers I have. Became quite an issue at one point. So an awful lot of ephemera I have used is actually stuff that I use with craft punches. So I'll show you those as we go through, but as you see, I sort of punched out some circles and punched some butterflies on here, put a little tag for the recipient and saying made by me and when, because I like on my flip books that I receive, sometimes they say made by this person, this date, and it's nice to be able to organise them in date and person order. But anyway, that's a tangent. So open it up. I can't remember, did I show it on video or not? But I've used Velcro dots to keep it shut, but I showed you how to use those in the last video, so I won't bang on too much about that. I just removed this peg for now. And yes, there we go. It's not too exciting. I didn't want to overdo it. I thought with the blue, I didn't want to overdo it and have you a bit because unlike a flip book where you see one page and you flip it over and see another page, this you kind of see all at once, so I didn't think it would be good to have too much stuff going on. So I haven't decorated the envelopes at all, apart from some washi tape to keep them, you know, closed. And there's, I can't remember where I've done it, but one's got ephemera, one's got journal cards, and one's got stickers in. I think it's ephemera, stickers, journal cards, but it doesn't matter too much what's in them. But yes, I've just got this little flippy page here, which looks like this. And again, the ephemera is not proper ephemera, it's stuff that I've punched out. So what I did with this is used a lot of the trimmings after making the envelopes and stuff, put washi tape on it as well, and then punched it, and you get quite a nice effect with that. So that's what I've done there. And on this side, I sort of layered up some paper, some torn one there, which took ages to tear because it was only a small piece of paper in the first place. But anyway, moving on. And then this is actually like an index revision card, but it was blue, so decided to use it. And as you see, I have kept it quite nice and simple there. And then here we have Never Stop Exploring, just something that was also blue. Really lacking in blue stuff. I'm now going to have to go shopping for more blue things. And then that just flips up there. And there's a sticker there. That was a Chamel sticker. They're clear stickers, and I realised if I put it on this dark blue background that it wouldn't work, so I just actually stuck it onto some white paper and then fussy cut around it so you can actually see the sticker a little bit better. And then all that's down here are some paper doilies and a couple of random embellishments. It's very simple, I know, but I really didn't want to overdo it. I thought simple would be best. And then because I am a raging numpty, this is the letter, but after it was supposed to go in here, and I made sure the envelope fit. Yes, there's the line, then didn't realise after I'd put this down that there's now not enough room for it and you can't really close it properly. So this will just have to sort of be put with, probably with the peg there or something. But a lesson to you all, think these things through, because yes, now it doesn't fit because I'm an idiot. But anyway, not that big a deal. I also messed up the stamping a little bit because I wasn't paying enough attention, and I've vaguely tried to cover it with hearts, but haven't really done that very well. But it'll do. So here are my two envelope flip books. They're not particularly exciting or intricate or difficult to make, but you guys wanted, well, a couple of you at least, wanted to see me use the 1, 2, 3 punch board, so I wanted to make something that incorporated a lot of that. So I hope you are satisfied, people that asked, and I hope I explained it acceptably well. And I'm really sorry if I didn't. I'm not very good at tutorials and explaining things. But anywho, yes, where were we? Hope you enjoyed and such and all of that. Little plug. There is a very loud car going down the road. I'll just wait for that to shut up. I don't know how well you can hear these things anyway, but okay, there we go. What was I saying? Oh yes, little plug. I'm doing a Q&A on my channel in the next couple of weeks. I asked in my last video, actually I don't know if it will be my last video by this point, but in my last Plan With Me maybe, I did a Q&A call out, so if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer, then please let me know. It would be more helpful if you left them on the Plan With Me, because then they're all in the same place, but if you want to leave it here, that's fine too, but I might lose it, just fair warning, I might, but I'll try. So anyway, whatever's easiest for you. So yes, I will go, need to send these off, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching.